Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in the podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. I am, of course, your host, Big Dick Gideon, and along two members of the Fallen Angels. We have Dante.
Hey.
And we have Kryim.
Hey.
And we have an interesting week to talk about, a few things, but we want to go ahead and talk about the big thing that's happening today, which, of course, is the pay-per-view. Night of Champions is tonight.
Why don't you ask our listeners ever how they're feeling?
Because
we're not live and they can't tell us.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we just always just run head first into the thing. We don't like talk about our weekend or nothing.
Because we're about, you know what? Because we're professionals.
I would like to talk about our weeks or weekends once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's never about us.
No, it isn't. We're just always like, okay, just we hit like a.
You never wonder maybe that's why people like us is because we get right to the nitty gritty.
Or maybe they like us because we're funny. You ever think about that?
No.
Wow. Just wow.
Anyway.
You are a Giants fan, though.
Well, yes, I am a Giants fan. They are currently playing right now.
Which is why he's cranky that we're doing this right now at 1 o'clock and we're not watching the
cranky?
game.
You're crankbutt. Don't be a crankbutt.
Your face is crankbutt.
What is the song that he always sings?
Hmm?
What's the song he always sings?
I see a grump. Do you see a grump? Yes, we see a grump. What do you see?
Yeah, all right. So, like I said,
Grumpy face.
Super fat grumpy face.
Night of Champions is tonight.
Super mega grumpy face.
Where every title is defended. As long there's a few minor matches as well. But we'll get through it as quickly as possible. We got the kickoff pre-show match with the Stardust and the Ascension versus Lucha Dragons and Neville. I imagine the Lucha Dragons and Neville are going to go over. I can't see them not going over.
I'm going to go for the Dark Horse. Ha. Dark match, Dark Horse. Get it? Gosh, what
See what
did
you did there.
Eh.
Super mega grumpy face.
I'm such a comedian. I'm going with Stardust and the Ascension.
All right.
I'm going for that Dark Horse right there.
Truth be told, I'll go with Stardust and the Ascension as well.
Okay.
Only because, you know, it's been coming out that it looks like Stardust and Ascension are probably going to be getting new gear. So
yeah, I saw Stardust talking to his tailor and shit like that.
Yeah,
They're
so
going to get new gear. So, I mean, I imagine the Lucha Dragons and Neville are going over simply because I don't think they want to bury Neville to Stardust.
I don't see it as burying.
He's on the pre-show, and he's facing Stardust. That's called buried. Sorry. Okay.
I don't think so. I disagree. I mean, just because you're on the pre-show doesn't mean that you're buried.
Neville's been on Raw since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying he deserves like a huge push or anything like that, but he does deserve a push because he is that talented, and they're not giving him one. They're not. How is Neville not in running for the IC title?
Well,
how's that even happen?
They also might have him down on this because it is not one of the big pay-per-views. This is more like in your house. Remember in your house pay-per-views? Yeah. So why put... Maybe he doesn't need the exposure right now. Maybe they've got him working for something bigger on the next pay-per-view, which would be, I believe, Survivor Series.
No, Survivor Series is November.
It's November.
Yeah.
October is...
Hell in a Cell, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's still not as big as Survivor Series. So something may happen between Stardust and Neville at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That could lead to something even bigger when they hit Survivor Series and have it really come to a head where the belts. Maybe he is up for the IC or something.
Yeah.
You never know what'll happen from week to week.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's been happening from week to week.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really talked about it since the last pay-per-view because Monday Night Raw, since that one pay-per-view, I mean, and
the one right after SummerSlam was awesome.
Was they couldn't top it.
Yeah.
And it's just been spiraling downhill since then.
Well, Miz would have you believe that this pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I know he messed up.
Yeah, he said that during his little interview. He's like, "I'm sorry, you guys are doing that thing at Hell in a Cell." I'm like, "That's not even close."
Oh, somebody knows what's coming at Hell in a Cell already. Oops.
Little whoopsie doopsie.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Next match, we got Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family versus Reigns, Ambrose, and a mystery partner.
I think it's time for Bray to go over. And
I
bet you the mystery partner is going to be...
the other one.
Rowan?
Yes, the tree. Named after the Irish tree. Yeah. Rowan, yes.
I think, because Wyatt doesn't need to go over. Wyatt went over at SummerSlam.
It's true.
Or no, they didn't.
No,
I'm sorry.
They didn't. That's why
go over. You're right.
They're due.
You're right.
So I'm going for Wyatt.
Everybody's
Clan.
Everybody's very... they don't have nobody has a certain favorite pick for who the mystery partner is. A lot of people say it's Rowan, but I've also seen Samoa Joe. I've seen
Samoa Joe might not be a bad choice.
I've seen Randy Orton. I've heard Randy Orton might be, but which would
that wouldn't make any sense. Why keep it a mystery? Yeah,
but why? And Orton has absolutely nothing to
gain also
with that little...
He got jumped by him.
He did get jumped. Yeah.
When? How long ago?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, so maybe.
I mean, like, it's...
I don't think Randy Orton would be it.
But I mean, like, there's a whole bunch of people that... they're also talking about bringing some NXT guys up, like Baron Corbin or...
Sami Zayn.
That'd be cool. Sami Zayn.
Didn't Zayn say he doesn't want to come up?
He's already up.
That was what's his name?
Finn Balor.
That's right, Finn.
Finn Balor does not want to come to the main roster. Why would you?
But Roman Reigns.
He's a smart guy too, because he knows he's got a great gimmick down there, and he's had it all through the Indies, and he knows if he goes up top and he gets into WWE on the top main roster, they're going to make him change it, and eventually he won't be able to do that awesome makeup that he does.
The thing that struck me was Roman Reigns started talking about. He said to Wyatt this past Monday. He said, "Oh, you got your monster." Okay, that made me start thinking. You know who we haven't seen in a while?
Kane.
Okay, it's probably not Kane. Okay, but it would be really cool if he had the mask.
That would be cool.
Okay, that's a good idea.
He's due back soon. He's got to come back.
He's been gone for about 2 months.
Yeah,
he's been gone for about 2 months, but yeah. So you're good call. Wyatt needs to go over because Braun Strowman needs a solid win.
Are you going to go with Reigns and?
I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt. I'm going to go with the Wyatt family.
Okay, so it's
regardless
of the mystery partner.
It's Unam.
Yeah,
because you can actually get Eric Rowan to come back. If let's say the Bray mystery partner isn't Eric Rowan, let's say they get the upper hand, and here comes Eric Rowan now.
Yeah, and then he joins.
Basically, you could build this up into its own Survivor Series match up until November.
Well, you absolutely could do that. You could have the Wyatt family versus, let's say Roman Reigns and Ambrose basically reform the Shield. And they get, a couple more members.
You get one more partner.
Yeah, one more partner.
And who else would be perfect with Roman Reigns? You could bring back the Usos, so that's a 5-man team, right?
Yep.
Now you can get 5 men out of the Wyatt family.
Yeah, you can. Well, with the addition of Rowan, that's only 4 people. Who else would you add? You know, who would join the Wyatt family?
Heath Slater.
The one-man band?
No, because he's been posting odd things on Twitter, like, man, I'm just not happy. I can't. I need to find something that's. Let me see if I can find that. Vamp.
Oh God, with the vamping.
Vamp.
Do better. How about?
You know what? I'm working on it.
Do better.
You guys don't. doing things.
Yeah, things. You gonna find it yet, or are you just gonna sit there and look at the same shit?
So here we go. Here's some vamping. Tried to go to the New York Renaissance Fair yesterday.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Didn't. Spent an hour putting on my makeup to do the nice masquerade thing that they were doing all weekend. But
the traffic was
by
out
the
of control,
time we got up there, holy shit! I haven't seen it like that since I don't know, now I've been doing this 23 years, okay? The last time I saw it that backed up is when they were still making Route 17, when it wasn't finished being built yet, through Paramus.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been doing this. When we're sitting there for 20 minutes just to turn around, to get to the street that we needed to turn around, I knew we were there I think it was a quarter after 10. We finally got up there maybe 10:30 at the latest. And it was backed up. Yeah. We knew we were going to Lot 3, and you don't want to walk from Lot 3.
No.
I mean, it's free parking, and it's great, but Lot 3 itself is like 1.5 miles long.
It's a pain in
and
the
then
ass.
you have to walk through Lot 2 if you don't take the bus. And then you have to walk up through the fair. And it's so we got there no way. No. Drove home.
Fuck that.
Next weekend is the last weekend, so we will definitely be going on Sunday, because we found out my son now has practice on Saturdays. He was supposed to be there yesterday and didn't know it.
Well,
he's new to this, so it's okay.
So
that's extra running he's going to have
to do. That yeah.
All right.
So that means
so you
next
did find
Sunday
it.
is the last day.
I did find it. So Heath Slater's been posting these weird cryptic things on his Twitter account. One happens to be a dark picture that kind of looks Bray Wyatt-ish, and it says, "I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I could let myself be content."
It could be he's not very happy with his contract right now, because how often do you see him?
Yeah, and then he's got another dark picture, and it says, "Chilling by the fire. Someone wanted to see me. Somebody wanted me to send a pic on my phone, and it's just kind of him, looking like brooding over a fire." So, I mean, you could ideally get Heath Slater in there and change his gimmick completely, which wouldn't hurt him.
Wouldn't hurt him. Being around Bray Wyatt is not necessarily a bad thing.
Nope.
Okay. But yeah, that could be interesting.
That just leaves the possibility open for so many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would. That whole Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns thing is really, really. It's got a lot of stuff to lend itself to. Mm-hmm. So, moving on. We got to move on.
There it is. Okay.
Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev.
Dolph is due.
I don't see Dolph coming back and losing. However, Ziggler will go over, but I'm feeling a Ziggler heel turn.
You can't go over. You can't do a heel turn on a heel.
But if he actually did, quote unquote, cheat on Lana.
But he didn't, because we saw the whole... Well, I saw bits and pieces of it.
They want to put Lana and Rusev back together.
I've read that. Yeah, I read that. I read
they want to put them back together because they're better together than they are apart.
It's true.
They are. But I wouldn't mind a Ziggler heel turn. It would work. He's over. He's over as a face, but the thing is, he's never going to get the big match. It's not going to happen. Ziggler, he's upper mid card, and that's it.
You're perfect right where you are, baby.
Yeah, no, we need you right where you are. Go out there and give him a good 8 minutes.
All right, so Ziggler?
Yeah, I like Ziggler to go over.
Who do you think?
I'm going to go Rusev. I think I'm going heels this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we got the IC title match. Kevin Owens and Ryback. Man, I want KO to go over. I want him to go over. You said you were going heels.
Kevin Owens should go over in that match.
Yeah.
You want to help build him up?
Give him the IC title.
Give him the IC title.
Let him run.
Let him run with it.
That's 2 titles right off the bat.
He was NXT champ, and then So I would absolutely KO. Yeah, I would push KO.
But that is a good idea.
What do we do with
and Big Dick, where do we put our good ideas?
In the good idea bin.
And where does the good idea bin go?
In the ocean.
There we go.
Everybody knows where the good idea bin goes now.
Got to save those good ideas.
Next, who did you like, by the way?
Oh, I'm going Owens.
You like Owens?
Yeah.
Okay. Tag teams.
Next one's going to be a hard one. Dudley's versus New Day. And New Day, oh my God.
They're over like free beer.
They are.
They're over.
Are they good heels or bad heels? Because a bad heel...
People do boo them.
They're tweens. They're tweens like we are.
People do boo them, though. They enjoy their gimmick, but they do get booed. They absolutely do get booed.
They still go out there and chant, New Day sucks.
Yeah. No.
New
Day sucks. People still,
And he'll play that trumpet with it, or
Oh
my God.
They absolutely do get booed. It's just... They're over because funny. I don't have to tell you, funny's always over.
Yeah, funny's always over. But is it? I mean,
funny will always be over. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like
any reaction is a good reaction.
I'm entertained. By the New Day.
When the New Day comes out, I watch.
Yeah, and it didn't always be like that.
No, when New Days were faces, I didn't give a fuck.
No, it just took somebody picking up a trumpet either backstage at a show. I was like, hey, look, I used to play one of these in college.
Goddamn trombone, he brings it out.
Or trombone. And he starts playing it. It's kind of like Jay Lethal one day sitting there doing the Macho Man
oh my God.
in the locker room, and all of a sudden he's doing, what was it?
Black Machismo.
Black Machismo.
But I honestly, in this match, I like the New Day. They're going to go over dirty, but they're going to go over.
You think so?
Yeah,
I think
New Day.
You think New Day?
Yeah. They're going to go over dirty, but they're going to go over.
Dudley boys have nothing to gain by going over.
No, not yet. They're still brand new coming back into the company, so I would try to build that up a little more.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because they need a third person.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Spike. Yeah. Spike, where are you, Spike?
Dude, that would pop the
crowd.
Off
teaching math somewhere in a school.
Spike.
You think Bubba's would be like, yo, Spike, can you do this spot for me? I guess.
All right, I'll come and do the acid drop. I don't care.
Who's going to throw me into the audience this time?
ECW, bitch. All right.
God, I miss those days.
Divas
I don't miss the crowds.
Yeah, I know.
The crowds were hard to work in front of back in the 90s, but I do miss that style of work where it was real and it was gritty.
And very grit. Yeah. Divas title match. Charlotte versus Nikki. Nikki can lose her title by pin submission or DQ or countout. This is why Nikki's going over.
I am calling
the heel turn.
I'm calling Paige heel turn right now.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a good idea, but it does make sense.
Yep. Nikki can lose her title by pinfall, submission, or countout.
Which is why she won't lose.
Yeah. So Paige gets involved, elbows the shit out of Nikki. Yeah. Fucking Charlotte looks at her. What are you doing? And boom.
Here's the thing.
Right.
If any disqualification, she loses the title.
No, she keeps the title.
She keeps the title. If somebody interferes and let's say there's a DQ and Charlotte goes over, then she loses the title. But if Paige comes in, hits Nikki wins by DQ, and then she turns on Charlotte.
Yep. You could kind of see it building with Paige. She's been kind of going a little nutty.
And it's not even that she's going nutty. She's been losing. She lost her last. She put over Alicia Fox, I think. Which is sad.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
So we're unanimous that Nikki's going over.
Yeah, Nikki's going over.
And then I put in parentheses
dirty.
There that you're with the
Paige heel turn.
I say Paige. Yeah.
No, I agree. Second to last title match, we got the U.S. title match, John Cena versus Seth Rollins. This is one of two title matches that Seth Rollins has to do.
I'll take a nap during that show.
Well, no, Cena has been working hard lately. He really has.
Well, he has to, or somebody will beat his ass if he doesn't.
Yeah, so I like Cena to go over.
Where's my money, bitch?
Bitch
better have my money.
I like Cena to win back the U.S. title.
Yeah, me too.
I like him to win the U.S. title back.
Makes sense.
Which one do you think is going to happen first? Do you think it's going to be
U.S.
the
U.S.
U.S.? Okay.
No, they're going to save Sting for the main event.
So U.S. title.
So U.S. I like Cena to go over.
Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Cena too.
So you think he's going to... I think he's going to lose both belts tonight.
Well, hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on.
I just jumped.
Hold on.
Are you going with Cena too?
Yes, I'm going with
All right,
Johnson.
so unanimous?
Yeah, we're all on Cena.
Okay, so I'll put a U there.
Okay.
So we know.
So, and then
the last one is
the world heavyweight with Sting and Sting and Rollins. Now, I'm with Kryim on this one.
Sting.
I like Sting to go over, but then I like Sheamus to cash in, and then pin Sting, and then win the title.
Well, why does Sheamus need a title?
Because you got to get rid of the fucking Money in the Bank. No one gives a shit about Sheamus having Money in the Bank. No one cares. So you got to do something.
What about that stupid haircut and those dingleberries hanging off his beard?
In this way, Sting gets to go over as champ, and then you finally get rid of the problem Sheamus has by having Money in the Bank. He pins Sting. Sting gets to go away for a while, like he wants to do, probably. He was a champion. He's finally a champion of WWE, and now Sheamus has the belt. And then you can do whatever you want with Sheamus, because no one wants to see Sheamus as champion anyway.
I don't think that would be fair. I think it, honestly, and just the name that Sting is and the career that he's had, to let him hold that title for less than
a minute
would be very disrespectful. And I
disagree.
at least give it to him until tomorrow night. You know, maybe have Sheamus go, oh, I want to put up, I don't know, something.
Sheamus is very heel, so to me, it would make sense for him to cash in right at the end of the match.
I can see that, but I think Sting's going to retain it. I think it would be very, very bad writing, but then again, it is WWE right now.
I have a disagreement. I think Seth Rollins goes over. I think he's
dirty.
I don't know how he goes over, but I know he goes over.
Yeah.
And he's celebrating in the ring. Sheamus music hits.
Yeah,
right.
Cashes in.
That
Sheamus face turn.
He's
he's more over as a face than he's ever been as a heel.
That actually makes sense. So I'm going to put down.
That's a good idea.
So.
Oh yeah, where do they go? that goes in the good idea bin.
Yeah, in the ocean.
Yeah, right in the ocean. Yep. To our listeners out there, if you have any good ideas, just put them in the good idea bin, and then you lock that and you throw it in the ocean. You got to save your good ideas
because no one uses them.
Nobody uses the good ideas because you don't want anybody to use your good idea. Yeah. That's what WWE does. Okay. He just throws that shit right in the ocean.
Okay, so we're done with Night of Champions, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so those are our picks. We'll watch it tonight and maybe let you know on our Facebook page how we did.
There's something that's just been popping up lately,
and that
TNA low attendance.
Oh yeah, check this out.
This is new.
Well, hold on.
This is new.
Hold on.
This is are they pulling like local indie numbers?
They have Kurt Angle in his hometown of Pittsburgh, and this is what it looks like.
This is the TNA show for Pittsburgh right there. That's the TNA crowd
for Pittsburgh with Kurt Angle.
With Kurt Angle, Kurt Angle's hometown.
I've worked in crowds.
I want to tell you
local
something.
indies.
This motherfucker couldn't draw with a goddamn pencil. Okay, because damn.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Wow,
that's horrible.
Yeah, that's not the only picture that's been coming around. There's other fucking TNA events that are fucking bare empty.
They're irrelevant now.
Yeah, it's
when
unfortunate.
you've got ROH. And you've got local indie shows like PWS, drawing 2,000 people in Rawway.
Why would?
With just a few good names, which actually, Jap has their anniversary show coming up.
Right.
Vamp, go to Fall
Vamping.
It's October or September, maybe it's not. Just go to.
Okay.
There you go. 18th anniversary show.
Wow, there was a train wreck. I'm gonna have to cut that silence out. Oh shit!
I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's my fault. I'm just sitting here fucking diddling myself. Not actually. I'm not actually doing that. What are you doing?
We're just trying to find it. There. Go to events.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We should have had this.
Yeah, you
cut
my legs out here.
So JAPW.
Okay.
Well, because you were trained by guys from Jap Wrestling way back in the day when they used to work out of Bayonne, out of the Bingo Hall.
Yes.
Some of our listeners may remember, but they got some really good names coming on to their show. I was just looking for more. Oh, there it is. There's a bell time. I just don't see a date.
All right. So some of the matches for JAPW coming up are first off
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio versus Loki. That right there that's what you're paying for.
Yeah,
because
that's damn.
And that's a first time ever match.
Yeah,
they have never worked together ever anywhere.
That's money. That's a money match.
Yeah,
and you have the light heavyweight championship, Joey Janela versus Black G's. Pretty cool match. That's gonna be a good one. Then you have best of the light heavyweights right now as Shane Strickland and Too Hot Steve Scott, and then you got a couple other guys that haven't been signed yet, but. Damn, that's great too.
Yeah, but Rey Mysterio. If they got Rey Mysterio, that's like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, then they also have the Hardy Boys that are going to be appearing. You got LAX, which is Homicide, Hernandez, and Conan.
They got both the Hardy Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like Frank knows how to promote.
Which one was the one that was...
Both.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just
thank you. Both. Never mind.
And then you got Ricochet that's coming. So, I mean, like, that show is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? It's going to be crazy.
I'm hoping...
Oh, it's Saturday, November 14th at the Rahway Rec Center in East Milton Avenue, Rahway, New Jersey. Bell time 8 o'clock. This is definitely worth it. It's their 18th anniversary show. 18 years. Wow.
Well, speaking
of
19.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've been around 19 years in the wrestling business.
Holy shit.
In and around.
I want to go back to TNA for a second, guys. Because
I started in 2000.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
So 15
years. I have.
I want to go back to TNA for a second
now.
because you guys were talking about how the attendance and shit like that. Is this really surprising when the Dudley Boys are gone? You got all these people and the rumors of WWE trying to sign the Hardy Boys as well. Like, is this really surprising?
It's in its death throes right now.
Yeah.
Because Dixie Carter just announced that they're going to be off TV come January.
Yeah. No, it's done.
It's pretty much done.
It's
TNA
done.
is...
And on Destination America, which is the channel that they're currently on, you've got ROH playing right the hour before...
Which is why they're...
TNA. So they're losing their audience by the time TNA comes on, because you've already watched some awesome wrestling already on ROH. Why are you going to sit and watch on...
Well, that's the thing. That's the reason why they're getting kicked off is because they signed ROH to a TV deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why are you going to watch this bullshit?
Well, also, the Destination America is looking at the crowds that these people are bringing in that are supposed to be like this number two, next to Vince.
Oh, they are number two.
The disparity. Well, here's the thing. Maybe they are number two, but the disparity between number two and number one is incredible.
Yeah, it's not like it was with WCW and WWF.
They're not neck to neck or anything. The disparity is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you look at this right now, the crowd, even if... Let's say they're not entertained, right?
Yeah.
And they're just mulling around or whatever. Yeah. You're going to be able to hear the spots that the guys call in the ring.
You can hear it.
You can hear it. So
especially in an auditorium that big.
That's
that
big,
an ice
and
rink, by the way,
with high tech
mics and
cameras like Vince got. Yeah, you're going to be able to hear the spots being called.
Yeah.
That's why it's being pre-recorded, so they can kind of edit in a hot crowd and you can mute that shit.
And if you look at the way an ice rink is made, what is the top? It's a corrugated roof. Tin roof, which means it echoes even more. So it'll make the crowd sound really loud. But other than that,
give it 6 months, it's done.
And like I said, we've worked in front of actually more people than that.
Yes, you have.
At some shows,
which is sad because
we've worked in less too.
When TNA first started, it was very entertaining. People were starting to catch an eye to it because they were pushing the younger talent, and then they brought in Bischoff, and they brought in all the older guys, and that was it. That was it.
Once, because it was very unique with the 6 sides, and then they brought Hogan and Bischoff in, and then 4 sides. I remember them doing the interview in ring, and the entire crowd started chanting, "We want 6 sides." Like you had something unique, and they're like, "Oh, in the garbage." Like
we're here now, new boss.
Yeah, well, it's a good idea. They put it in the good idea bin. Yeah. That's the physical representation of putting a good idea in the good idea bin. Is when they're like, crowds chanting, "We want this." That's a good idea, guys. We're gonna keep it safe. We're gonna throw that bitch right in the ocean.
Yeah. So I
look what happens. What happens when anybody likes an up and coming guy in WWE? What happens to him? They get thrown in the good idea bin.
Yeah, it's true.
Where's Fandango?
Where's Damien Sandow?
Where's Sandow?
So he's got such charisma, but he's never going to get the push.
And the thing is he's one of the very few that can talk on the mic and work.
He can work.
You can't. There are not many of them up there.
You're lucky to get 2 out of 3, right? Mm-hmm. You're lucky to get 2 out of 3.
He can do all of it.
But the thing is, because you want the look, you want the mic work, and you want to be able to work in the ring. That's the big 3. You're lucky to get 2 out of 3 most of the time. But if you want 2 out of 3, I want mic work, and I want to be able to work in the ring. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you can have all 3, it's great, like The Rock. Mm-hmm. Okay? But The Rock is a diamond in the rough. Right?
I think Sandow has all 3.
I don't think he has the look. It's not that he looks bad. That's not what I'm saying.
He did when he came out and he had the
snifter.
smoking jacket and he held the microphone like a brandy snifter.
Yeah.
That was the charisma. That was. I mean, when he came out having to be a different character each week, that's charisma. You can't just pull that off without having any type of personality or charisma. And the crowds ate it up.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he looks bad. I'm saying that he doesn't look like The Rock.
Well, no, he doesn't have that chiseled Cesaro look. I understand what you mean by look.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, Kevin Owens doesn't have the look, and he's fucking over like crazy.
He also has 2 out of 3. It's just sometimes you get the push, and sometimes you don't get the push.
Well, I think they're starting to get afraid of white hot heat. I mean,
KO was so hot.
Well, Sandow, right after he broke up with The Miz, was just ridiculously over.
And they squashed it quick.
They're like, oh, you're too hot, let's throw some dirt on you because we got to cool you down.
He would have exploded if he went over in the Battle Royal.
Yep.
He would have exploded.
Exactly.
But because the higher-ups have no clue what to do with him, they squashed him out.
Oh, my God.
And then you had Kevin Owens, who was another guy, white hot. He just got put over by Cena, dead center of the ring.
Put over by Cena, clean,
dead center in the ring. And, you like I said, white hot. Oh, too hot. Throw some dirt on him. You have to cool him down.
I don't understand that. I really don't understand.
Because you could have had 2 guys that ideally could have now revitalized the main event picture.
Sure. You had KO and you had Cena. It's not that, because we've seen Cena can work. Okay, it's clear that he can. Okay, he's been doing it for 10 years. He's starting to really put in a lot of hard work in these matches that he's doing. Okay, which is great. I enjoy that. I think it's fantastic because now people are saying, "Oh, Cena can't wrestle." Yes, he can.
I've been saying for a long time that Cena can wrestle.
Yeah, yes, he can. It's just he's not allowed to because he's the face of the company. They don't want him hurt. But with KO, you got Kevin Owens. He could have been the kryptonite for Superman.
Yeah.
You could have ridden that feud into the goddamn sunset if you really wanted to.
But the writers don't know what to do. This is what we call archaic booking. I mean, we've dealt with promoters that are still booking the same stuff that they did back in the 90s. And rehashing the same gimmicks and the same storylines. It's like, can we please move on to something new and exciting?
This feud...
This is why you're losing your audience.
Yeah. The Kevin Owens-Cena feud could have been exactly like Tommy Dreamer and Raven.
Oh,
sure.
Wow. Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay? It absolutely could have been like that.
You can beat everybody else.
You can beat everybody, but you can't beat Kevin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Imagine that. Think about that for a second. How awesome that would have been. Because you know what? You know they're going to put on good matches every time they face each other.
I can't say how I would actually feel about that because then this would make it a rated X show. So
that makes me... We'll just say it makes Dante very comfortable.
With myself.
Sometimes at night I relate to myself. I can relate.
I think I might have to do some penance tonight.
Oh my God! But
it is the day of the Lord too, isn't it?
You had posted an article. Speaking because we were talking about the Divas for a little bit. You had posted an article that akined Nikki Bella to the Honky Tonk Man.
I did.
Okay, when it's a very interesting read. Now I'll link it in the description once we post it, but. They akin her to the Honky Tonk Man, not because the Honky Tonk Man, I mean, he wasn't a bad worker, okay? But he wasn't a worker, let's say, like, I don't know, give me an example.
Let's put it this way.
Rick Rude.
Yeah, okay.
He kind of backdoored it.
Who, Honky?
Yeah. I know a guy in the business who can help me get in, and that's how he got in.
But he was over, though.
He didn't really have to pay dues.
No,
Let's just put it that way.
He didn't necessarily have to pay dues, but he was over. But it wasn't X-Pac.
Because he's the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, it wasn't X-Pac. It says that he always pulled it out. He's kind of like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins pulls it out, and everybody fucking hates him for it, okay? He always...
maybe he should stop whipping it out.
Gross.
Ew.
He said he pulled it out.
But he always pulls it out.
Is that why he has that skunk spot?
Yeah,
Okay, he just misses. He shoots out. He shoots up, not out.
We're going X.
So, they akin her to the Honky Tonk Man because...
He's always rubbing it in.
So he...
She's gonna make a grumpy face.
See, they get into the honky tonk man because it's not that she's a terrible worker. She can work a little. Okay, she's a much better worker than she used to be. Okay, but
yeah, I mean, she's dating Cena.
You know, there's a lot of rumors, obviously, and speculation that she held the title as long as she did. A, because she's dating Cena, and B, because they wanted to erase AJ Lee from fucking...
Which they did do Monday night.
Yeah, they whitewashed AJ Lee from history. Because they don't want anything to remind anyone of CM Punk
They seem to do that a lot lately with some of their superstars.
Yeah, I know.
Which...
Well, but it's a really interesting article. I would prefer I like the comparison between her and Honky Tonk Man because, not necessarily because of the longevity of the Honky Tonk Man, because the Honky Tonk Man held it for almost a year and a half, right?
Yes, and then, but here's the weird thing about the Honky Tonk Man. He would put in the time, he did everything, and then they kind of squashed him out to the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, the Ultimate Warrior was white hot, okay? And it would make sense that the Honky Tonk Man would put over Warrior like that in terms of the story.
Yeah.
That just makes sense. Warrior comes in and just squashes him. Because
it's the Ultimate Warrior. Look at the guy, and then there's Honky Tonk.
You got the Honky Tonk Man that constantly just pulls out the match, right? And then you have Warrior who pretty much stomps on everybody that he meets. Okay, so like in terms of story, it made sense for Warrior to go over like that. What was that? 17-second match or something like that?
Oh yeah, it was
17 seconds. At the time, it was the quickest match in WWE history.
What is the quickest match now? The one that
it was Nash and isn't it Nash and Backlund?
Or was it the one?
Yeah, it was Diesel and Backlund, I think, because it was like 8 seconds.
No, because I think Daniel Bryan lost his title within 6.
Ooh, that's right, to Sheamus.
He got in and out. It was basically he stepped in and Sheamus kicked him right out.
Yeah, like, I think it was Sheamus.
I think.
Man, people were pissed.
I think.
No, they weren't.
I think there's
Daniel was a heel at the time.
I think there's a 3-second match.
Yeah, it was fucking quick as shit.
No. There's one more that was quicker than that, and I think it had to do with. I forgot his name because he hasn't been on in a while.
Help me out.
Santino.
Oh. Santino Marella?
Well, he was in and out of the Royal Rumble.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that was a 3-second.
Yeah, but that was the Royal Rumble. That's
the Royal Rumble.
Okay, but in match-wise, then it would be Daniel Bryan would be the quickest.
Probably. And then one after that is Diesel and Backlund. Because Diesel and Backlund was 8 seconds.
And that was at a live show.
Backlund dropped it at a live show. But, yeah, so that was probably the quickest match. But, shit, what the hell were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Honky Tonk. I like the comparison. It seems to work. And to be honest with you, this is why I think she's going to go over. Because build the heat. She can still get more heat. She can still be more hated than she is right now. She absolutely can. And if she goes over, she's going to give even more heat. I think you build it to Survivor Series. And then she drops it. Because then that'll be a year.
Yeah.
You build this to Survivor Series. That's my opinion. We also... Oh, Bolo. Alan. Hey. Okay, so we're looking...
Bolo.
We are looking for Iron Mike Sharpe.
Looking for him.
Let us know. Somebody let us know.
He's living in Canada with his mom somewhere. Okay. Please help us find him. We know we have listeners. We've seen the numbers. So, please, out of,
Yeah. People are listening to us. We can see. You know
somebody's hearing it.
Somebody's listening.
But, yeah, we're looking for Iron Mike Sharpe. We want to honor him. We want people that have trained under him want to get in touch with him and see how he's doing and, really get touch base with him. And thank him.
If everybody we know asks everybody they know, and they know it's eventually going to happen.
Somebody's got to know where
Somebody's got to know where this guy is.
The second thing is we like to put out a happy birthday shout out to our student and little brother Aaron Bradley, who turns 21 today.
The leader of the Bradley bunch.
Ooh.
Keep it straight edge, brother. Happy birthday.
Happy 21st, baby.
Keep that dream and keep working.
You may be straight edge. I respect that, but have a drink on your 21st birthday. It'll be good for you.
It's all
that's also coming from an Irishman.
It'll be good for you. I promise.
It's all downhill from here. So
it is.
Enjoy the ride.
It truly is.
Yeah. They're not wrong.
We peaked.
And finally,
we'd like to still put out, that we support Jimmy Snuka and everything that he's going through, and we do have a support Jimmy Snuka Facebook page. You can find it. We'll also link it at the end. Also, I'd like to put out a personal thank you to Sam Fatu, also known as the Tonga Kid, who made it pretty dusty for me one morning, putting up his little video there about his thoughts of Jimmy and what happened that night in that hotel room when he was actually 16, he said, when that all went down.
Yeah.
And he, along with the majority of the people who love Jimmy and know Jimmy, knows that he didn't do it and that Jimmy is not capable of something as brutal as what he's being accused of. But I'd also like to thank Telly Blackwood from Off the Hook TV for putting that little piece together. If you want to help out, it's a hashtag Love Snuka or hashtag Support Superfly. Thank you very much also for all of you who have joined the page, and Debra really loves seeing all the support that you're giving him, and it's definitely helping him heal and fight this fight that he's got coming.
Absolutely.
So, thank you all.
But on a lighter note, Legends of Wrestling. That's a real thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's happening.
It is.
Happening. It's a real thing.
We are booked.
We are booked to be at Legends of Wrestling, which is in Monroe, correct?
That is correct.
Monroe, New Jersey.
On October 3rd. It's a Saturday. It is a one-day show.
One-day show. One day only.
Yep.
One day only.
One day.
But we will have a table. If you're there, come and see us.
Yeah.
Come and say hi.
If you
Big Dick loves when people come up to him and hug him. You just need to come up and hug Big Dick, and he loves that. So if you hug him and you nuzzle his neck and you just whisper something into his ear, he'll give you a high five.
No.
Do that, please do that for me. Just hug him.
Moving on.
Moving on.
He also likes it when people have wet hands and touch him. So
you stop.
I'm gonna smack you. I swear to God. The next time you try to push something, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, knock it off.
Constantly.
Just saying.
Just saying.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Just sit here.
Yep, that's right. Just sit there and look pretty.
Okay.
So yeah, Legends of the Ring. It's a one-day event. It's from 8:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. $20 at the door, I believe.
I think it is, yeah.
And some of the stars that are going to be there are Chyna, Taz, Sergeant Slaughter, Vicky Guerrero, Mike Rotundo, Barry Windham, Don Morocco, Jerry Briscoe, Carlito, George Steele, Dan Spivey, Lacey Von Erich, Maven, Howard Finkel, Deborah McMichael, Madison Rain, Nikolai, Heidi Lee Morgan, Charlie Haas, Shelton Benjamin, Kenny Dykstra, Paul Orndorff, Gene Snitsky, Bob Orton, Justin Credible, Casey Carsley, Carlisle. Sorry. Hillbilly Jim. Also, Outback Jack has been signed.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Apter will be there, who's also a big advocate in helping, in Jimmy's support and his innocence.
I'd love to talk to Apter.
If we could definitely get Apter on the show, that's
There's
the one.
A couple names here that
I would like to go to. And Bob Backlund has also just been signed to appear, which we will not be trying to get. No,
we will skip Bob Backlund, I think, because.
No.
Because
you would have to have your Wikipedia ready for any question, and I don't think he'd let you look up the answer if.
I don't. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
I'd like to talk to Vicky Guerrero. I really would. She was over.
Yeah, Vicky.
People hated her.
Yeah,
man.
but you know what? Just to talk to her about
that heat, that super heat, and but okay. So or do you guys have a show coming?
Yeah, we do. We have. We actually put the event invite out up on our Facebook. You can also find it on our Fallen Angels page on Facebook, and you can also find it listed on the what's the name of this podcast?
Oh my God!
The Blind Tag Podcast. I'm sorry, man.
I'm looking at the wall. It's fine.
I'm tired.
Wait, you forgot
tired.
The first show?
No, I was just ribbing you.
We forgot the name of the show.
On October 2nd, up in Hazleton, PA, we will be working for Sanctuary once again for the first Friday show. I believe it is a 7 o'clock or 7:30 bell time. Not really sure. And the usual superstars will be there. And the next one after that would be October 10th on a Saturday. That's for Superstars of Wrestling Federation, where we will be defending our tag titles against, who knows? We'll figure it out when we get there.
It's a mystery.
But apparently there will be a meet and greet from 1:30 to 2 p.m. at the CB Huntington's Restaurant. That's where you can come and see us and a lot of the other superstars from Superstars of Wrestling signing autographs. And then we'll make our way over to Blackbeard's Cave in Bayville, New Jersey, where the bell time is supposed to be 3. And some of the superstars in that, did I have that listed on the invite that we have?
No, we honestly don't have. But if you look at the poster, you have the Faces of Fear, which is Barbarian and Ming.
Yep.
You have Tony Atlas. You have the Patriot. You have the champion Damien Darling.
You got
Vinny
Wyatt.
Senzo, Pat Buck. You have
Sir
Kevin
Christopher
Matthews,
Michaels.
Christopher Michaels, Eric Corvus, Tony the Moose.
The Moose.
Monaco Destroyer, Rob Fury, us. I mean, like the list goes on. It's very, a lot of great talent, and you're gonna have a fantastic time watching.
Yep. Ringside, rows 1 and 2 are $25. General admission is $20, and if you bring your own chair, you only have to pay $15. All the information you can find online if you look up SWF, or you can look us up, and we have all the information on our page too, which is Fallen Angels on Facebook, or look up Fallen Angels Tag Team.
There you go.
At Facebook.com.
But I think that'll wrap it up for this week, yes?
I'm going to do an obscure joke for anybody who listens out there.
Yeah.
Our show is more fun than the ball pit at DashCon.
Yeah.
If anybody looks that up, you'll appreciate this.
You'll laugh your ass off. All right. But for Dante and for Kryim, I am Big Dick Gideon, and we will see you all next week.
Blind tag!